showing my sorter because I've spent a lot of time, and actually that's what I'll do. Let me save, get out of here. We're gonna go over to my other survival world, the one that I've spent a lot of time on. And just because I wanted to start a new season, start fresh on this YouTube season, I wanted to start on a brand new map, kind of starting from fresh, not having anything, and kind of going through that. But I'm going to show you my item sorter. It's pretty big. It's probably the biggest one I've seen in a weird roundabout way. I mean, there are a lot of big sorters out there on the YouTube channels from other YouTubers. This one by far is the most complex one I've seen. That's my chicken farm right here. Which for whatever reason, I mean, maybe I do have chickens spawning outside of it, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, they just despawn out and about. But anyway, I'm going to try to walk through my sorter. Let me get up here. I'm going to start from the beginning and kind of go through. And as you, if you, any of you have actually watched my showcase video, they've kind of seen this a little bit. But this is the main sorting hub where you can put in any of your items. You can also grab a shulker and crouch and place it on here. And if you turn this off, you could pick it up and it won't the hopper. That way you can kind of pick it up as you go. A lot of the time, like I'll feed like all my food from my village because I usually get a lot of food build up over there in my village. So anyway, as you can see, this thing is completely 100% operational, all by itself, doing a lot of things, all kind of wrapped up into one. So I'm going to try to explain this. See, you can see that it's just working its way. I mean, you have the auto smelter in here, constantly being fed kelp put into different areas. Like I showed in the last showcase, it all gets sent here. So all of it kind of goes through the main hub, which is down here. So I'm going to go down and show you the main hub, and then I'm going to go up above where all these are going, and it kind of try to explain where all of these items are getting sent to and how it all works. I will do my best to explain it as simple as possible because it is very, very confusing, even for me to wrap around my own mind, to be honest. It's very, very confusing. Alright, so down here, and I did have like a little slowdown, you know, if you see right here, I kind of slowed it down so in case it kind of gets overloaded, it kind of, I don't know, locks it up a little bit and then kind of lets it go. But anyway, this is the main clock where any items, which this hopper right here, it goes from the chest up at the top, and then you have the other hopper kind of going into that, going down into this dropper. The dropper then, every single time an item gets sent into it, whether it be from the sheep farm, this line right here is from the furnace and sheep farm, it all gets tied in, and I'll go down there and show that. But every single time anything gets put into this item, it gets sent into this water stream, and that's just a bubble column using the soul sand at the bottom to make the items go directly up into the main sorter hub at the top, which we'll go up there and I'll explain that. So anyway, let's go down here. Don't really have any blocks, so actually just jump across. Alright, so I have this all lit up so you know we don't have any mob spawning going on in here. Let's just break this all. I don't have any torches on me either. I don't think. Alright, so over here is the sheep farm. And I have in this sheep farm as we... Okay, that's going to get picked up, right? Why is that not being picked up? Let's go investigate real quick. What? For some reason, sometimes this kind of thing happens. I don't want to waste too much time on it. But anyway, you have a minecart just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. Maybe what I need to do, honestly, is have it so it just bounces back and forth rather than going into a circle. But this kind of thing happens sometimes if you have too big of a system. I could have actually put it maybe up above each other so that way you're not going into two different chunks. Because every now and then when you leave a chunk, sometimes it just kind of glitches out. But anyway, all of these hoppers get sent, or this is another circuit, the same circuit that you use just to have the wool would go in there and then get sent up into the main hopper system right here, and then it just gets sent over there, and then we'll go behind the smelting room to kind of show you behind there how that all works. But man, this okay. Let me get this fixed real quick. This is bugging me. And all I have to do is just get the minecart hopper going in here. It should just pick up everything. It'll unload into these hoppers, which will eventually just take it into there. Boom. Okay, it's going again. Alright. So, back to where we were. So that's it all gets sent over here, and as you'll see in a second, the wool will go up top, and just keep going. Alright. So now let's go to the top area. And to get up, we will go through the back of the smelting room. We have these right here. So this is the main sorter. And it's pretty big. So let me get to the beginning part. It's a little bit difficult to kind of get around here. Okay, so this is the main column that the water gets sent up into, and then you have a couple hoppers. I did multiple hoppers before it actually gets into there, so it doesn't kind of get bunched up into this this main hopper system. But each one of these circuits are designed with a certain item in mind. I originally started it with sticks, with this circuit right here. And the reason why I did it like this is so the sticks are like my main medium, because you need at least 5 items like this, and then the 1 or the 2 of whatever item that you're actually filtering in. So I did sticks like this first, so it will filter in or filter out all my sticks out of it before it goes into the other part of the sorter. Because if you get any sticks going in past that, you're gonna have a bad time, and it's gonna bunch up everything and kind of screw it all up. But what you do is you have this main line of hoppers going across the top. I mean, this is a lot of hoppers. I mean, it took a long time, like I said, to get all these hoppers to make this design. And in a survival world, I mean, this is hours upon hours upon hours. Once you have a iron farm, though, it's not as big a deal, but it still takes a lot of time waiting for the iron to come through. So anyway, each circuit, like this is one circuit right here, I have it filtered. Let me go down here. So if you look in here, I have these 2 items going into the same chest, and all these lines are kind of going in, like this one right here kind of goes that way, and I have it designed so it can go to whatever chest I want it to go into. This goes into another chest for the wood, which is this whole line right here is all my wood to go into my wood chests. But again, each one of these has an item designated to each line, and then position it. And like I said, it's kind of complicated to explain this, but as you see the hoppers down below here, so there's a hopper above that. I'm trying to think if I can. Okay, this is annoying. Um, if you look up here, why can I not? All right, this is a side view. If I can kind of see a side view of one of these here. This is all my food right on that side. Okay, there you go. You can kind of see the circuit. You have the main line going up above that just kind of feeds everything through it, and it goes all the way around. So this line is all connected. It's kind of like, think of it like a pipeline, and it just kind of goes around. And then you have this hopper right here, which has your item in it. And then you have the other hopper right here, which you're always going to have like one item just kind of stuck in there because it gets turned on and off by this redstone. So each time an item gets put through there, it turns that off and allows the item to go through. And then you have back here you have the redstone repeater, which I did explain a little bit. I wasn't able to show it off as well in my chicken farm video because I had an issue with the video. But you have a comparator facing out, and that compares how many items are in there. So once you have that max, or that one more item, it'll send a very quick redstone signal to the next one down here, which will then feed that repeater, which will turn that off. That's how it works. It just kind of feeds through. And then the way I have it set is so I can have multiple items, because once these get sent into this one, then you could just have it fed to one particular hopper system or one pipeline that will go into whichever chest you want it to go into. So instead of having one chest designated for each item, which could be a little, I mean, it'd be a lot more involved than this, I think. I can actually have, like this, I have 4 items put into, or actually, let's see here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items getting put into this one chest system. So when you go down underneath, you only have like in this main room here, like this is all the sheep wool right here, which for whatever reason always gets jammed up for some reason. So you have all your sheep wool. I do have circuits in here. See, like this is my charcoal, which if you go underneath, it actually gets sent this direction into my, see, this thing is just jam-packed full of stuff. And that's another thing. This is for my automatic smelter. And I put a whole bunch of chests in here to kind of maximize the amount of inventory that can actually go into this area. Because eventually you just get so much that it just gets overstacked. But the way I have it is so if certain area is, like if I have a runoff, so like this right here, let me get up here, or go around. Okay, so this is my, this is where my cobblestone and stone gets put. See right here, this is all stacked. I mean, this is all full. And so I have a runoff, so once this actually gets full, or this one particularly, the one down below, anything beyond that will get sent over here, which this is not full yet, thank goodness. So I had this thing full for a while, and then I had to really smelt it. But once it gets full, or at least once that's full, all the runoff gets sent to my automatic smelter. And then eventually that gets smelted down into smooth stone. And the smooth stone is over here, and I put a couple different chests down here as well because it was getting really full. And luckily right now it's not. I unloaded a lot of it because we're building a castle. Sorry. So we're building a castle, and so that got really full, and so I had to modify it a little bit. But you know, when you have issues like that, all you have to do is go in there, figure out what the issue is, and then solve it by either putting in more chests or unloading it. Because like down there, I think I have like 4 double chests, and they're just full. Sent to the automatic smelter, and then behind the automatic smelter, I have a really big bamboo farm, which for whatever reason these things have been stopping, so it's not picking them up. This one's not as I mean, this one's very productive, but I get a lot of the bamboo that just kind of gets stuck up there. But anyway, this thing gets jam-packed full of bamboo as well, so I kind of put some more chests in here, as well as charcoal being sent into this area to be able to smelt the ores and whatnot. But this area right here, it's full of bamboo ready to cook or smelt whatever. The logs that I have sent into this area, and I have the logs that I don't really use very much, like birch. Birch I don't really use that much, so that's being sent into there to become charcoal. And the charcoal here, well, I had so much bamboo into this that it was just kind of wasting it, so I kind of created this overlay again, kind of like we did before, where if this gets, like there's too much going into there, then it just gets sent down into this area, which you know, all of these get filled, and so then the rest of it's just getting sent this area right here, and then that way I can utilize the bamboo that I'm not using in that to smelt the kelp. Kelp gets put into this, and then the kelp gets cooked and turned into dry kelp, which I can make the dry kelp blocks to be able to actually smelt the iron ore, which is down here, or yeah. So this is just constantly burning. And again, I could just grab my kelp from in here, which is still cooking over here. And then this is all automatic as well. And I'll go over to the kelp farm and show that off a little bit to a video. So anyway, back up to here. I got to the point where I had too many items that I wanted designated to certain. This one right here, I have a circuit right there that brings all of my brewing stuff over here, and then I have item there for my for the marine blocks, and then over here I have I think this is where my this is right above my enchantment room, and so you have your books, your feathers, your ink, bookshelves, books, paper, and leather to make books. That's all being sent down into my enchantment room. And because the feathers get sent from my chicken farm, which is right under here, it goes all the way through the system. The feathers get sent all the way to this area, and when we go down there, I'll show you. It gets pretty full pretty quickly of feathers because of how many chickens are going through that system. Now, when you get over here to this next area, this is another system that gets sent up into my next sorter. So I kind of wanted to show you this. This is a bubble column. Now this will go to the next sorting system. I got to the point where things are going, I mean, this is pretty big, and you have so many chunks. You don't want to lose a whole bunch of items, which I felt like I was losing quite a bit of items, so I was taking a little bit of time making sure that everything is getting put where it needs to go. But if you go back down, so that kind of explains how big and how massive this sorter really is. I mean, if you look, I mean, you get all the way up here, it kind of spreads all the way across there, and goes all the way over. I mean, that's the abyss room right there, which I haven't completely finished it yet, but it's really massive. And this is another reason why I love having my base underground, is none of this is visible anywhere. I mean, literally, if you don't come up above the base area, you're not going to see all this. I mean, this is not really the prettiest. This is not the prettiest thing to look at. But at the same time, it's very, very convenient, because now I know where all my stuff is. And then this over here is another bamboo farm feeding. This is more like the one I made in the new season, because I realized that this is more efficient to be able to cook, especially food. But it gets sent up into this bubble column here and gets fed over here to this cooking area. Try to show it all here. Not too much. But anyway, that gets sent. Let me see if I can get up here. Oh yeah, here we go. See, this right here is where the bamboo, this minecart hopper, and then that right there is where the food gets sent. Let me see if I can. I don't know if that actually has. Get past here without stopping it. Okay. There's nothing in here so far, but this is where all the food that needs to be cooked gets sent. Move past here, okay. So this is all kind of operational, which is still moving, which, again, like I was saying, this is going back and forth, kind of bumping up against things, so I'm kind of wondering if that's what I need to do more or less for the other ones that are getting stopped. So I might need to redo that, or at least just learn for the next season that I'm doing. So I can just do those rather than the loop. Alright, so where were we? Okay, so the next main sorter. So let's go over there. Alright. Let's close this. So you got the basement area where you have like this right here is all connected, so if I put something in here, it'll get sent to where it needs to go. You can turn it on if you want to. This right here actually turns off and on the items being cooked in here. And then I also have like a couple of shulkers, kind of, they look like, you know, I thought they matched pretty good right there. Plus you can put items in here. But anyway, as soon as anything is cooked in here, it gets sent down into the sorter underneath, as you saw, and just kind of show you again. It gets sent down into this sorting system and gets put back into the main hub, and then goes back into the system after it gets cooked, and then it gets sent to my storage area. Now there's a lot of baked potatoes. Man, I wish I could transfer some of those carrots over to my other world. But anyway, let's go back down here to the back side of this. You'll see I have a lot of food storage. These are the main things, but I realized again, yeah, I put a lot in here. I didn't want it to get loaded up. But if you go down, let's see where we're at here. That's full. Oh jeez. That's full. I think that's the same one. That's full. I mean, you got carrots, you got cooked, all that stuff. See, and that's all the chickens. This is when I actually started doing the chickens rather than everything else. But eventually you can lock up those hoppers and actually take the experience out of there. I don't know if the smokers work the same as furnaces, so I wasn't sure. So I mostly get a lot of my experience for my mending items on this map through my smelted items, which actually I need some food. Anyway, let's see here. Oh no, I do have some baked potatoes. But I am, yeah, do not need to worry about food at all in this map anymore. Especially now that I have the chicken farm going, because, I mean, I'll never run out of food and it's all automatic. Oh, also another part in this kitchen area is one of the kelp furnaces gets sent to the smelting room. The other furnace gets sent over here. So now I have a whole bunch of dried kelp over here. So I have some dried kelp getting sent here, some dried kelp being sent over there. And actually, before we go over to the next sorting system, might as well go over here and show the kelp farm, which is right here. This is my kelp farm. And you see you have some observers, so as soon as the observer sees that the kelp has gone up high enough, it'll trigger those pistons, and those pistons will allow the kelp to be broken and then get sent up into this area, into the hopper system right here, and all of that gets sent to the furnaces right there. So that's how that works. And I have 3 different wings here. This line over here. See, and this one looks like it's about to get. Wish I had some bone meal on me. But basically, let's see here. I don't want to put, because if I put a block there, it's going to ruin the water source block there, which I think would replace itself. But anyway, kind of wanted to show. Maybe it'd be worth it. So these things are all the way completely. Well, I have a water block source right here, so what if I did this? Because if I do this and nope. Why is it? Yeah, there you go. Boom. All the kelp gets sent up into here, which I think I probably grabbed a couple, and all gets sent into that area. See, all of them are floating up, and that's how that works. Let's show that off. Alright, and then I can just throw those in there, and they'll get put into that. Eventually you do need to replant the kelp, and that's what this wing is for. All this kelp right here gets sent back this direction. Might as well just break that. And boom. Okay. So anyway, it gets sent back into this wing right here, into the shulker box, which allows me to have fresh kelp to go break and plant. And then as you're breaking all of it will get sent to the designated area that it needs to go anyway, and it just keeps working and working and working. I every now and then I'm just kind of in this area and I do it very quickly, and it just kind of keeps running. But honestly, I mean, man, the thing just does so much work. And then I've already showed this in my last showcase video, so I'm not going to really go over that. You have to watch the video for that one. And then let's go up to the next sorter, which is up here to my main base. Now this is all the stuff that, you know, you have your coal, your redstone stuff. I mean, that as you saw in here, I got all my chests. Got your mine cart stuff, your redstone stuff, gunpowder, rocket station basically, so I have my sugarcane coming up here to be able to do that, which I do have a sugarcane farm, which I showed in my other video. Slime and honey, diamond blocks and stuff. Man, I got so much stuff in this map. Anyway, so much time spent in this map. And then this right here is just my overlay. Like all the stuff that is not designated. Like all this stuff is, I mean, there's so many items in Minecraft. I mean, you really can't have, oh my gosh, I can't imagine a sorter big enough that actually has, and this is actually getting pretty full. And I actually started putting like enchantment books up there and stuff just to kind of keep it out of my way, and other stuff that I needed. Nice. Man, I can't wait to get elytra on my next world. Anyway, so above here, which I love this room. It's such a nice room. I love my little fireplaces, my little and I don't know if you guys noticed about my rooms is I have too much light source blocks showing, torches and all this other stuff. So as you notice, I mean, literally the only light that you can really see is the fire, and those really don't give off that much light. And so I like having, I mean, you can kind of see I got more light in that area, not so much light in this area. But I use the stairs, the upside down stairs, kind of make it look like a crown molding, but also put lights behind there to kind of show, or to not show the lights so much. Plus I think these right here are slabs, and so there's lights underneath the slab area or underneath these stair areas. I love it. Makes me so happy. I will talk about those kind of doors and stuff in my next. I'll definitely have a video on those to show you how to make doors like that. But anyway, this is the next sorting hub. So all the items that go through the sorter and don't make it into a designated area get sent into this area, and then yeah, see I have all these items already ready to go. You just click that lever when you're actually in this area, so that way it starts going through the system. While you're in this area, it's really annoying, the sound is, so I'm not going to turn that off. But then it goes into the sorting system up above here, so this gets sent down there into a dropper just like we saw before. You can see the dropper right there, gets sent up into this water column and into the next sorting system, which is all the same. I mean, it's not much different. You have different circuits, you have different areas, so you have more items going into one. And this is a little bit more simple, so you can actually see where the main lines actually get sent to. And as you can see, this one has one going into that chest, one going into that chest, and then there's two other chests down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 chests, which you saw, which is you got your diamond one, your the coal one, the gunpowder one, etc., etc. Let me try to get up above here. But anyway, this is kind of like a smaller version of the big one. But this is like where all the really important items get sent. You know, you got your redstone blocks, you got your redstone, quartz, you know, all the really valuable things. So I kind of made this into more of a secret room than all the other rooms. Even though, I mean, you really can't, I mean, you're not going to know where my base is unless you know where it is. I mean, if you look at the top, I mean, we'll go back out. If you look at the top, you can't really tell where my base is unless you really know. Okay, so go back out. We're gonna go up. If you saw in the showcase, you kind of saw this already. So it's more about the sorter than anything. But I just wanted to end this video showing you how I get down in here. And if you saw the showcase, I mean, this is my main house. I mean, how simple is this? I mean, you don't really... What? Oh, you got a couple chests and doesn't really have much in there? What's going on? This guy's so poor. Like, his bed's all kind of weird. Like, what? Like, jeez, this house looks so poor. It doesn't even have a roof on it. Like, seriously, this guy is so poor right here. You know? Come on. Okay, you got a village over here. That's a nice, rich-looking village, you know? That's so nice and stuff. But, man, this guy up on the hill, I mean, he's so poor. Like, anyway, I don't know why I'm having a lot of fun with that. But you can barely see it. There's a button there that opens this right here, which allows you to go into the main base. So honestly, if you really don't know about my base, which I'm all about, like, oh, secret bases, I love it. Apparently, okay, we'll ignore that. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe. If you're watching me on Twitch, please follow. It'll help the channel grow. If there's anything that you want to see in the future videos, please comment down in the comment section and let me know what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see next. This has just been a showcase video of my sorter. Hopefully you liked it. Please let me know, and I will be posting as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.